ನಿಲ್ದಾಣದ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಹೊರಟಿರುವರೆ
Welcome back to Voltas presents Cricbuzz Live. Well, RCB had won the toss and they put Delhi into bat. And Delhi, the home team, almost felt like they were stuck in the Delhi morning traffic. Handbrake was on, they were in first gear, they just couldn't quite get things rolling. KL Rahul, 41 of 39, Tristan Stubbs, 34 of 18, Abhishek Purell, 28. Bhuvneshwar Kumar came back very strongly. He picked up 3, gave away just 33. Hazelwood gave away 36, picked up 2. And I'm back with Murali Kartik and Shaun Pollock. So this pitch report of them saying very, very dry and very sticky. Clearly, it was one pitch report which went correct because it just didn't come on at all, did it?
Yeah, this was how I kind of remember Delhi surface, particularly from a few years back. It's like difficult to get away. And someone like a Josh Hazelwood's normally very difficult because you whack back of a length and it doesn't climb. It kind of comes through bail height. And that was one of the dismissals that he got there today. But once again, the bowlers, we've talked a lot about in their auction and the bowlers they've went for, and they've delivered again. They've got to be happy with that. I was surprised they actually ended up with 160. It looked like they were going to crawl to about 145 at one stage. So it's something competitive. And when you've got the likes of KL Rahul, who's been in such good form, unable to find his timing, there must be something to do with the surface. So maybe it's a little bit more competitive than we get the feeling for here.
Well, very sticky, like we saw throughout these 20 overs, very sticky. But with Delhi, do we see dew? Because that's going to be a major factor for Kuldeep and Akshar.
There could be. We don't know. This is again a hit and miss. Dew is such a thing, such a concept which is such a big hit and miss. I said to you the other time around that even if there is a semblance of dew, even there is a partial dew or it's not in abundance, it just alters
But usually it comes by 8:30?
It does. Yes. If it's not there, I don't know. I saw a couple of them with towels, but I don't know whether it was more for the sweat or for what. So it'll be interesting to see. But Delhi would be hoping that the conditions remain the same.
Yes.
Because if dew comes, then things change dramatically for the team which is chasing. It becomes a lot easier. The bowlers are going to struggle to grip. So yeah, 162. Is it going to be competitive? Time will tell. But great work once again by RCB. Great work by the two lead bowlers, the two most experienced bowlers, Hazelwood and Bhuvneshwar Kumar. Just to have that kind of a field, the first delivery to Tristan Stubbs. When you know that he's somebody who likes to hit downtown, I think gutsy, only a guy who can nail his yorkers and nail his skills can do something like that. So really a good job done by RCB bowlers.
Like you said,
Hazelwood's got, what, 18 wickets now?
18 wickets now.
What's the all-time best of
32
season?
maybe? 32
Is
or
it that
33?
many?
Maybe 32, 33, I don't
Well,
know.
you're thinking, so if he's maybe got another four games after this and maybe the knockouts. But yeah, those, as you say, the 3 for 33, 2 for 36, that was really good. I suppose only Yash Dale, that one over where he disappeared, the most expensive over, was at 17 off it.
Yeah, the 18th and 19th over was a bit expensive.
Yeah, that was actually, I mean, Stubbs did well. I mean, maybe they have to start looking at getting him up. I was just saying to Kartik here that maybe he needs to, the way he's playing, he's getting 20s and 30s. When I mentioned earlier, like maybe he hasn't had the best of things. He's made little contributions, but he's made 20s and 30s. And if you've got someone who's keep getting to the crease and making those, well, give him a few more overs and see if he can maybe get 50s and 60s, because those are the kind of performances that win your game. So he might be having a word, although he's too young and nice. He's probably not saying too much, but maybe KP will be speaking on his behalf and saying, come on, let's throw this guy up a bit.
But Kartik, we saw those bowlers, the spinners again, very economical. Suyash didn't pick up a wicket, but extremely economical. And Krunal getting that very important wicket on Faf du Plessis.
Yeah, very much so. I think that's one of the reasons why we spoke about this bowling unit as a good one. Again, Suyash Sharma is not going to wake people up and say, oh, this is a Shane Warne or an Anil Kumble, but he's doing a great job for them. He played that one season for KKR. He seems like a different bowler right now. Yes, there is the odd day where anybody's going to get hit, but he has been pretty good, pretty consistent. Again, once again, a wicket like this is always going to work into Krunal Pandya's favour. Just the way he varied, just some of the speeds that he bowled and the range of it. And I think that is something which he really works with. We saw 117 as well. And it worked really well for them. I think they just literally in that middle, put the brakes on the opposition if they were trying to go, because it's a small ground.
Yes.
Even a half hit goes out, but they didn't allow that.
And Polly with Bhuvi, because the first 2 overs he went for 25 and he's come back really strongly, and that last over gave away just 6 runs. When you give away 6 runs in that last over, it's just the experience of Bhuvi and what he brings to the table.
Yeah, normally with Bhuvi, you kind of look for his first spell. You think, okay, new ball in the hand, will he get some swing? Can he knock them over? But I think he was one of those ones, he's not the tallest individual, so maybe it came on a little bit better for him. And they did put him under that pressure, but that's what the experience is. You have to be able to have the art of, okay, I didn't have a good first spell. Let me go down to fine leg, do my fielding down there, but when I come back on, let me really focus and use my other death skills to my advantage. And he did. He mixed it up nicely, some good slow balls. His lines were good. So he'll be very happy with the way he bounced back.
25, 8 runs in the next 2.
Yes.
With 3 wickets.
It's just incredible how he manages to come back, and that's also the mindset. I'm sure you've spent some time with Bhuvi, and just that mindset. He's someone who doesn't, there are certain bowlers, if they're hit early on, they just can't find their rhythm back on. But Bhuvi, especially after injury, just seems to be someone whose head is on his shoulder and he knows how to come back strong.
Saimi, he's been the same. From the time he was a young boy playing for UP, playing Central Zone along with us, to the time you meet him now, he's the same unflappable character. Doesn't get rattled, doesn't get too high when he does well, doesn't get too low when he goes bad. He's been on an even keel all through his life. It's always been the same. There's not an iota of difference in that human being. One of the nicest human beings you can meet, and very, very simple. Very simple bloke, keeps it simple. And it shows in the way he operates on the ground as well.
Wow, how lovely to hear that he was just built for this big stage if he's not changed at all. We'll have a look at Delhi's batting. Polly, what could they have done differently? Do you think that maybe shot that Karun Nair played was unnecessary at that time, or is there something they could have done differently up top?
Yeah, I mean, I thought Perel was really good. Looked at 28 of 11. You've almost done the job. The fact that he got out, that was probably the big disappointment. Faf, you can understand, obviously, short of timing, hasn't played for a while, and he didn't find the middle of the bat often. The only thing, as I say, I think maybe the left-handers could have come up a little bit earlier because they maybe would have been able to deal with Pandya a little bit better. And then Tristan Stubbs, maybe it's time to give him a bit of a promotion. KL Rahul at 3, Stubbs at 4. And then go to the other options. That might be a strategy for them going forward.
And now, because Ashutosh Sharma has been brought in, he wasn't much of an impact today, so there'll be no Mohit Sharma coming in. So that's going to bite Delhi when they come out to bowl.
Absolutely. It's going to be added responsibility and pressure on the other bowlers because Mohit Sharma has different skills that he brings to the table. When you look at those options, you've got Dushmanta Chamira, who's quick, mid-stark, obviously all the experience and the skill. Mukesh Kumar has done well. He's also had the off day on a few occasions. But Kuldeep Yadav, Akshar Patel again hold the key. If Dushmanta Chamira can price out a couple in that first spell, I think it'll be a different game along with mid-stark. So they need wickets up top to create some sort of pressure within the first 6. It'll be interesting to see how RCB go. Because it is very similar to what they've encountered at RCB, but while batting first. So the other day, they managed to figure out that if they get to a score which is decent, half decent, or get it to a stage where they can accelerate, they ended up getting in excess of 200 on a tricky track and then ended up defending it. So now they have to chase with one of the best chase masters. So
I think the strategy from a DC's perspective is they've got to think to themselves, okay, let's try and starve Kohli of the strike. Bethel's coming out with him, and he hasn't played much. This is going to be interesting surface, much like we've seen with Faf. Can we build some pressure on him? Can we actually get Virat to play differently? Because if he just picks up a single and goes, stands the other end, single and stands the other end, all of a sudden the pressure is going to build on him. So I think there's the opportunity. Can this new guy who hasn't played and a different kind of pitch completely to what he's probably practiced on, can they build pressure on him?
would you mind bringing a spinner? I don't mind bringing a spinner against Kohli again.
Yeah. Just start,
Again, just bring Kuldeep maybe.
To open the bowling.
Yeah, just Kuldeep or even Vipraj Nigam for that matter. I don't mind doing that because again, he's somebody who wants bat on ball initially. And again, he could be vulnerable to spin, even left arm spin early on. So one of the 3 spinners wouldn't mind having a dip at him.
Well, Kartik, we know that he's coming back to his home ground, and we know when KL Rahul went to Bengaluru, he did that celebration.
Yeah, this is my ground.
This is my ground. And we just know how much Virat likes chasing things. So he has all the time to kind of just get himself in. We know that Phil Salt was playing that role of being the aggressive, being attacking, and I guess that's the role that Bethel will play as well.
You would like to think so, but I suppose Bethel is a very different sort of a player. He's a lot more organized. He doesn't start having a whack from the get-go. But Phil Salt was very different. We saw how he thinks and how he plays. So it'll be interesting if they've said, this is your brief, this is how you need to do. If you've come as a like-for-like replacement at the top of the order, you might be a left-hander, but we need you to have a go at the opposition. I don't know. But having said that, if you have to chase 162, maybe they say, go suss out the conditions, not easy. Get to a stage where you're set. Because again, it's not easy.
Yes.
We saw 2 good innings from Porel and Tristan Stubbs, but we saw others struggling around them as well. So it's not a track where you come in as a fresh batter and you start hitting the ball. It doesn't happen for everyone. And as Polly said, sometimes if he is starved of strike, and I mean, Virat Kohli, I'm pretty sure that the talk will be that if you're not able to hit the ball, at least let's rotate singles. And that's where the Delhi fielders also need to be up close, trying to stop that. It'll be interesting to see how Jacob Bethel goes, because I see him as an organized batter. I don't see him as a clear your front leg and maybe he takes me by surprise.
You know, Polly, it's interesting you say how you'd like to see them not give Virat the strike and kind of choke him of the strike. But when you're playing a game where DC will want to go for the wickets, would you rather try and be aggressive and get the wickets, or put pressure on him and not give him the strike and get the wickets?
No, I think you're still trying to bowl deliveries where you can clean him up and pick up the wickets, but I think like a defensive mindset. So on the edge of the ring, and if he knocks it in there, gets a single, that's fine. Go stand the other end and we'll see what happens.
Stark has gotten him out before.
Yes.
The deliveries.
So,
first spell, yeah.
Yeah, and I think, so in all honesty, when you look at the score, it's actually probably like more like a 185 score. Because if KL Rahul, who's in form, class player, if he was out there and he couldn't kind of assert himself on that surface, a lot of mistimed deliveries from him, I think it is a bit more difficult. So we're interesting to see how the second time goes.
All right, it looks like it is a tricky chase. 162 is what Delhi have managed. We'll have a look at that points table just to remind you all why this game is so important, because Mumbai won the game in the afternoon and they've jumped up to number 2. So Delhi and Bengaluru both wanting the 2 points each. Delhi have that extra game because if this is just their 8th game, but both will want these 2 points each. And what all of us in the studio want is another win. Another win as in for you. We've not had a win today at all.
We have not had one win in 3.
Yeah,
0-3 today.
47. That's mine.
41.
I am going with 43.
Okay.
We can all win. You know, we can share the prize.
Spoils. Let's see.
We can share that prize.
At least last time lucky.
Let's hope that we can be last time lucky, because otherwise I can see myself, I think you as well, dipping down a lot.
I'll go to the third page.
on that page. We'll have to make that third page, but...
No, we need to be on the first page. Now we might be out of the second page also.
Yeah.
Within 2 pages, we'll be on the third page.
I know, we want to play first-class cricket, which is not happening, but Polly's only looked up. Things have looked up for him today, so it's been a good day for him. We will give you all the updates at the 10-over point and see where RCB get to there. Thank you so much for watching Voltas presents Cricbuzz Live. We'll see you all very soon.
दिल्ली में आपका स्वागत
ನಿಲ್ದಾಣದ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಹೊರಟಿರುವವರೇ
Hyderabad Express, Station, Netaji Bhavan.